Affirmations. You've probably heard of them, tried them out, and maybe even gotten frustrated because they didn't seem to work. So why do affirmations sometimes feel like they're not working? The truth is, affirmations do work. And when they don't, it's usually because the user hasn't been taught to use them the right way. Welcome back. My name is Rachel, and this is where we discuss all things law of attraction, meditation, manifestation, and so much more. Listen, I went from allowing daily frustrations to rule my life to mastering my emotional responses to any event. For the past 4 years, I've been committed to learning the tools and strategies on how to manifest a life I love. And I'm committed to sharing these with you so that you can do it too, no matter what life throws your way. In today's episode, we're going to talk about the common mistakes people make when it comes to affirmations and how you can use them in a truly transformational way. Before we begin, if you're familiar with and already love affirmations, drop a comment to let me know what affirmation you are currently using. Or if you've used an affirmation that has worked its magic and changed something in your life, tell me the story behind it. First things first, let's break down what affirmations really are. Affirmations are simply statements that reprogram your mind. That's it. They're designed to focus your attention on what you want to attract in your life. Let's say you want to feel more confident. Your affirmation might be, I am confident and capable no matter the challenge. Let's say you want a new job. Your affirmation might be, I have the perfect job and I am open to opportunities. But here's the catch. I know, there's always a catch, right? Affirmations are not magic spells that you can just say once and poof, life changes. They're tools for shifting your mindset and emotions. And it's all about building new neural pathways in your brain that takes time and repetition. Now, if you're in the sciencey kind of things, you can check out the Science Behind Manifestations video that I'll link in the description. In the meantime, though, what you need to know is lots of people get stuck and refuse to believe that affirmations do work. Why? Chances are it's one of 3 reasons. They repeat affirmations without believing them, they repeat affirmations without feeling them, or they repeat their affirmations and never take action or expect results like yesterday. Let's take each of those mistakes, pick them apart, and see what powerful changes you can make to get your affirmations working for you the right way. Mistake number 1, saying affirmations without believing them. Now, this is a big one. Many of us have likely tried saying an affirmation like, I'm wealthy. While deep down, you're thinking, yeah, but the numbers in my bank account don't say that. See, when you do this, you're not reinforcing any new belief of wealth. Instead, you're strengthening the doubt and resistance of what you believe your current reality is, those numbers in your bank account. Your subconscious mind is powerful, and if you don't believe what you're saying, your affirmation will have 0 impact. And now I know what you're thinking. How can I believe I'm wealthy when I know that I'm not? And the answer is this. You have to be open to a different mindset. And if you're not sure if you have a fixed or a growth mindset, I'll link a video in the description which explains mindset using an analogy with sand and water. But for now, back to our I am wealthy example. If you've associated wealth with money, which I think is fair to say that most of us do, this is probably where you're getting stuck. So to get unstuck, you need to train your mind to believe that you are wealthy no matter what amount of money you have. And here are a couple of ways that you can do this. First, every time you spend any amount of money, be genuinely thankful about it. Be grateful that you had the money to pay that bill. Be grateful that you had the money to get those groceries. Be grateful that you had the money to simply buy a pack of gum. Get into the habit of being grateful for the money that you do have, even when it's paying bills or debt. Now, the second thing that you can do to start feeling like wealth is a little more believable, and this one is kind of my favorite, is to look around you and be thankful for the things that you have. Everything you're surrounded by has a cost associated with it. So even if the numbers in your bank account don't equate to the numbers that you consider wealthy, recognize that the items around you are all worth something. Even if it feels silly, every time you walk by an item, anytime you sit down on a chair, anytime you lay in bed, brush your teeth, open the fridge, Say thank you for having that item to appreciate and see it for its value. Doing this will begin to build your belief in the immense amount of wealth that you do have. And then suddenly, you are going to start to notice new opportunities for wealth being attracted into your life, and your growing belief is the reason. To help yourself stay focused, you may want to change your affirmation, right? Because I am wealthy is totally subjective. Its meaning can be different to anyone who says it, and it probably is. Unless you have a very specific definition of what it represents to you, and I mean specific, you might want to change it to something like, I appreciate everything in my life that contributes to my wealth. This affirmation serves not only as a reminder to you that most things around you have a monetary value, but it also makes it easier to believe that you are wealthy. And this feels more realistic, doesn't it? I mean, it opens up the possibility of change without overwhelming your subconscious. Now let's look at mistake number 2. Repeating affirmations without emotion. Affirmations work best when they are emotionally charged. You could say, I am confident 1,000 times, but if you're not feeling the confidence, you're going to start finding yourself saying, affirmations don't work. Emotion is a key ingredient that drives the change you're seeking from your affirmation. Think of it this way. Imagine someone important to you keeps telling you they love you, but there's zero warmth and no emotion behind their words. Would you believe them? Probably not. Or have you ever been asked, what's wrong? And responded, nothing, I'm fine, when you're really not? The tone in your voice reveals a very different emotion that doesn't match your words. And the same applies to your affirmations. When you say it, you have to feel it. Otherwise, it doesn't count. But how do you go about feeling this emotion? First of all, don't just repeat affirmations like a robot. Affirmations need repetition, yes, but without the emotion, you're wasting your precious energy. The easiest way to feel emotion with your affirmation is visualizing yourself in a situation where it is true. Let's go back to that I am confident affirmation. You might imagine yourself walking into a room dressed to impress with your head held high and a smile on your face. Or you might imagine yourself in a room where you're the center of the conversation and everyone is eager to hear what you have to say. Now, the idea of these events might be scary to someone lacking confidence, but in these visualizations, you get to be anyone you want. So allow yourself to feel the confidence of that person as you repeat your affirmation. Tap into that emotion and magic begins to happen. Mistake number 3, focusing only on words, not actions. This is another major pitfall, and it's when people focus entirely on the words of their affirmations, but then they don't back them up with action. You can say, for instance, I am healthy and strong all day long. But if you're not doing anything to take care of your health, like eating well or exercising, your affirmations are just words. And the majority of people who will tell you affirmations don't work also believe affirmations were meant to be magical words that only require you to speak them aloud and things will change. And this just simply isn't true. Affirmations are not substitutes for actions. They're meant to help you create those new neural pathways, that new way of thinking. They are meant to help you shift your mindset. They're meant to help, encourage, and support you into aligning your actions with your desired outcome. I've created another video all about how you go about aligning yourself with your specific manifestation, and I'll link that for you too if you're unsure of what exactly alignment is or how to go about doing it. Now back to our affirmation about health. You repeat your affirmation daily, probably several times a day. You believe you can achieve this healthier version of you, and you feel how exciting it would be to be that healthier version. Suddenly, as life happens, you're presented constantly with choices. Every day, all the time. Junk food, alcohol, exercise opportunities, weddings, holidays, affordability, you name it, and it will likely present itself. No matter what way you slice it, you can affirm that you are healthy all day long. But if you don't take the action required by the affirmation, you'll end up blaming outward circumstances for why there is no change. And then you'll end up complaining that affirmations don't work. It's Christmas. I'll start next week. Weddings rarely happen. I need to find a workout partner. It's too cold. It's too hot. It's too expensive. It's too far. The excuses will always be endless. Affirmations without aligned actions are just wishful thinking. You see, action is the bridge between your affirmation and your reality. So if you're not taking action, you're really just creating excuses. All right, how to make affirmations work for you. Now that we've covered the 3 main mistakes that people make when trying to get affirmations to work, let's talk about how to make the affirmations work for you in your life. Tip number 1, choose affirmations that resonate with you. The first step is to pick affirmations that feel authentic to you. If an affirmation feels too far out there, like I'm a millionaire, when you're just starting, it's likely to create resistance. Instead, go to something that speaks to the next level of where you're already at. With each level that you raise, so too does the level of your confidence in your affirmations. And the more you do this, the more you'll find it easier to dream bigger and bigger. Tip 2, use present tense language. Your affirmation must be in the present tense, as if it's happening now, not in the future. Saying something like, I will be successful, places success in the future, which is where it will stay, in the future and out of your present reality. Instead, say, I'm successful, or I become more successful every day. This helps your brain to start believing that it's already happening. Tip 3, incorporate visualization. Affirmations work so much better when you pair them with some sort of visualization. As you say your affirmation, imagine yourself already living this life. Feel the emotions associated with it. And remember that if your affirmation is something like, I am confident, see yourself walking into a room and owning it. Picture yourself taking challenges with ease and little frustration. The more vividly you can see this, the more your brain will start to believe it. After all is said and done, you have to remember that consistency and patience are absolutely key. Do not expect miracles overnight. That only creates more resistance, which is a major barrier to affirmations working. You've been thinking and behaving in a certain way for years. So of course it's going to take time to rewire your brain. The more you consistently practice your affirmations, the more naturally they'll start to feel. And the more you'll start to see them showing up in your life in ways that you may have never imagined. Affirmations do work, but only when you approach them with the right mindset and the right set of strategies. Make sure you're aligning your words, emotions, and actions. Be patient as you work on transforming your thoughts and your life. And remember, you can come back to this video anytime as a reminder. If you know someone who would benefit from the contents of this episode, I would love for you to share it with them. And if you plan to take action with an affirmation, leave me a comment and tell me what it is. Until next time, enjoy the joy.